All right, stop scrolling. No, seriously, stop. Because this SUV right here charges so fast, it makes a Tesla look slow. And I'm not exaggerating even a little bit. And what makes that worse, like actually offensive, is that this isn't some $120,000 concept car we'll never see. It's not American, most people don't even know it exists, and once you understand what this thing does, you're going to realize we're already behind, and nobody told us. I'm genuinely annoyed talking about this because halfway through learning about this car, I had to stop and ask myself why we're still paying more money for less tech. This is the Zeekr 7X, and by the end of this video, I promise you're gonna feel exactly the same way. Now, walk up to the front of this thing with me, because the first 5 seconds already feel disrespectful. Those headlights are the kind of detail you normally only see on 6-figure luxury cars. They're not just LEDs turning on and off. These are high-resolution, animated, intelligent headlights that change patterns when you approach the car, adjust brightness while driving, and honestly feel like they're greeting you. They perform. And that immediately raises an uncomfortable question. Why do SUVs in the US that cost $70,000, $80,000, sometimes $90,000 still look exactly the same whether it's day or night? No animation, no personality, just lights. Meanwhile, this thing is putting on a show before you even get inside. Then there's the grille, or what would normally be a grille. Since it's an EV, it's closed off, but here's the part people don't realize. This space is doing real work. It's optimized for aerodynamics, reducing drag and improving efficiency. This isn't design pretending to be functional, it actually is functional. So yeah, this so-called fake grille is doing more engineering than the real ones on half the cars we buy. And that bump right there on the front, that's LiDAR. Not coming later, not in beta, not maybe with a software update, it's already here, scanning the road in 3 dimensions. While we're still arguing online about whether cameras alone are enough, this car already moved on. Even the hood isn't just for looks. Those creases guide airflow to reduce lift at speed. That's aerodynamic engineering baked into the design. And once you realize that, it becomes hard to ignore how many SUVs still look like refrigerators on wheels. No flow, no thought, just tall and boxy because tradition, I guess. Now, let me pause for a second, because I said something earlier that always confuses people. I said this SUV looks wide, low, and planted. What that actually means is the wheels are pushed farther apart, the body sits lower to the ground, and the weight is spread evenly across the chassis. And in real life, that changes everything. Better cornering, more confidence at speed, less body roll, no oh damn moment when you take a turn a little faster than you meant to. If you've ever driven an SUV that made you grip the steering wheel just a bit tighter on a curve, yeah, this is the opposite of that feeling. The wheels themselves aren't just big for flex either. They're aerodynamic, shaped to reduce drag so you don't sacrifice range just to look good. American brands will happily charge you extra for wheels like this and then somehow still make your range worse. The door handles stay flush until you need them, improving airflow and keeping the sides clean. So someone please explain to me why luxury SUVs in 2025 are still using door handles from 2009. Frameless windows clean up airflow, reduce wind noise, and instantly make the car feel premium. This is the kind of thing brands love to hype in commercials, but Zeekr just includes it like it's normal. And then there's the panoramic floating roof. It lowers the visual height of the SUV and floods the cabin with light. The moment you sit inside, you realize how much this changes the experience. Normal SUVs suddenly feel dark and cramped. Once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. The rear design ties everything together. That full-width LED light bar isn't just there to look cool, it improves nighttime visibility and visually widens the car, which actually signals stability. The wide rear track improves traction and control, which is why this thing looks confident from behind, while some SUVs look unsure of themselves. Even the roof spoiler serves a purpose, reducing lift at highway speeds without ruining the design. Functional aerodynamics without looking like a teenager's body kit. Why is that still such a rare skill? Now let's talk power, because this is where things stop being funny and start being slightly uncomfortable. The Zeekr 7X is built on an 800-volt architecture. Translation: less heat, faster charging, better efficiency, and stronger performance. This is the same type of tech you find in cars like the Porsche Taycan, except Porsche charges double for it. Dual motor all-wheel drive means one motor on each axle, so power delivery is instant. Gas SUVs still need a second to think. This thing reacts immediately. 0 to 60 happens in under 4 seconds, which is ridiculous for a family SUV. And if that embarrasses your sport package, that's honestly not my problem. But the charging speed is where it really gets disrespectful, up to 500 kilowatts. That means adding massive range in minutes, not hours. This thing charges faster than some people decide what to order at Starbucks. And once you experience that, waiting around at a charger starts to feel outdated. Safety-wise, this car basically refuses to let you be reckless. The structure uses high-strength steel and aluminum with crumple zones designed to absorb impact efficiently. Airbags everywhere, and the sensor stack actually makes sense. LiDAR, cameras, and radar all working together, cross-checking each other so the car doesn't rely on guesses. Some brands removed sensors to save money. Zeekr added more. There's even a driver monitoring camera watching your eyes like, hey, stay focused. This car genuinely cares about your safety more than most drivers do. Then you step inside, and this is where it becomes unfair. Everything you touch is soft, padded, and premium. No cheap plastic where your hands actually go. If a $50,000 SUV still has hard plastic in 2025, we need to have a serious conversation. The digital gauge cluster is smooth, customizable, and clean, with animations that don't lag or stutter. There's a head-up display projecting information directly onto the windshield, so you barely have to look down while driving. The main screen is massive, high-resolution, and ridiculously responsive. Once you experience infotainment this fast, laggy systems become unacceptable. The voice assistant actually works and responds faster than half the smart speakers in my house. The seats are wrapped in Nappa leather, heated, ventilated, and massaging. Yes, massaging. Your couch probably doesn't even do that. Ambient lighting adapts to driving modes and mood, and this isn't gamer RGB nonsense. This is real luxury psychology, designed to make the cabin feel calm and expensive. There's even a built-in fragrance system. Let that sink in. Your car smells better than most people's apartments. The sound system turns traffic into a private concert with clarity and bass that honestly surprised me. I'm not exaggerating when I say this interior feels more luxurious than cars that cost 3 times as much, and I genuinely hate that I have to admit that. And the craziest part, it's all practical. 5 adults fit comfortably, rear legroom is generous, the seats recline, the trunk is wide, flat, and deep. You can fit groceries, luggage, a stroller, and a week of bad financial decisions back there without even trying. Road trips are comfortable, passengers stop asking, "Are we there yet?" And if you've ever driven with kids, you know that might be the highest compliment possible. Now pause for a second, because this is where the comment section explodes. With all this tech, performance, and luxury, you're probably guessing $80,000, $90,000, right? Nope. The Zeekr 7X starts around $35,000 to $45,000 equivalent. Yeah, let that sit for a second. If this launched in the US, dealerships would absolutely lose their minds. So be honest with me. Would you take this or a Tesla Model Y, a BMW X3, or a Mercedes GLC? Drop your answer in the comments because I need to see this debate play out. And don't leave yet, because the next car we're covering makes the Zeekr 7X look polite. Yeah, it somehow gets worse. That's the Zeekr 7X, an SUV that just made me question everything I thought I knew about the car industry. If your jaw dropped even once, hit that like button. If you want more cars that expose how far behind we are, subscribe to Torque Atlas. Ring the bell, because what's coming next is even more disrespectful. Bro, Chinese cars are not waiting anymore.